Congratulations on the album. I've had a chance to sit down and take a listen to the album, and it is an absolutely fantastic album.
Oh, thank you very much. It was a surprise to me as well, as I was not involved into decisions like who's singing what and so on, So I was just like very surprised listening to it.
What was that like, actually sitting down and taking a listen to it for the first time? Because as you said, there is so much going on this album. What was it like sitting down and taking a listen to it?
It was great, It was very, very surprising who's going to play and sing on which on all those certain parts of the songs, because I was not there when they were making the decision who is singing what part and all that, That's probably done because we had loads of studios we were working in. Also, one first of all, because we're living on different parts of Europe, and the other thing was like that virus was forcing us to do so as well. We couldn't get back into the studio with 7 or 10 people or something, so we decided to break up. And I was recording my bass in Hamburg while they were putting down guitars in Berlin or Tenerife and all that, and we were just like changing files around, And it was working. We did it before, and I just didn't know. So they decided about the vocals arrangement somewhere else, and for me, being a big surprise listening to it for the very first time in the mix. Yeah. And it was fantastic, And it's still a surprise for me because there's a lot of music going on.
Yeah. From the bass point of view, how difficult was that for you to record all of your parts completely separate from the rest of the band? Was it a strange kind of feeling for you?
We did it before with some other records since we were very, very early with that internet type of thing. We did a couple of other records also, like separated. We started the basic here and there in Hamburg or in Tenerife, and I went back to Tenerife to do the recordings, or some of them records I did in Hamburg while the others were working on Tenerife. And we knew how it worked. We did it before. It wasn't just the first time. The difference was like we were sitting in Hamburg all together and arranging the songs like for more than 5 weeks together,
Yeah.
And that was kind of very, very different because it's 2 people more bringing ideas in. And it's just like, it makes your head steaming if everybody's coming up throwing ideas at you while you arranging songs. And you got to try them all out, of course, to find out what's the best part of it. What does the song really need? But it's like 2 more opinions about what's the best part for it. But it's very interesting. But it makes your head really steaming, which is good,
Yeah. How did the original songwriting actually happen for this album? Like, with so many members of the band now, how did that songwriting process first start out?
It's like after the tour, we finished in December 18, was it? I can't remember. My sense of time is totally lost since that virus. The last gig was December 18, right?
Yep.
Then we had a few weeks off, and then everybody's starting getting ideas together. I mean, you get ideas together anyway, but putting it into, transforming it into songs is something different. What we really did after the tour, we gave us a couple of months writing, hooking, and then when we thought we have enough material, we met back in Hamburg in a conference room, listening to all those ideas, which was like a lot of ideas to listen to, hours and hours, and then trying to find out what's the best stuff. Going back home with those ideas, you need to listen to them back again to make your opinion what might be the best for the album. Hooking back together, everybody's was trying to thinking about the faves and thinking about how can we do what material we can use for the record, because we have like 4 or 5 songwriters now in the band. It's like not easy to collect the best stuff because it's a lot of good stuff, and well, then talking about and making an A, B, C list and stuff like this was not really easy, but it's a very creative process, you know.
For you personally,
going back into the studio,
yeah,
sitting together for a month or 5 weeks and trying to arrange those songs, you know, it was a real heavy process, but also real interesting.
Yeah, for you personally, how do you know what is the right song to be included on an album, and what are the songs that should be left off? Is there something that you look for in a song that tells you that that's the right song to be on the album?
Yeah, that's pretty tough with having 7 people in the band, having 7 different opinions sometimes. And there's a producer and also a co-producer having also different opinions. It's not always easy, you know. You got to find a way to make the album the best you think it could be. But other people having different opinions, it's not an easy process, you know.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you work on this, recording it, thinking it's going to be great, but a different song that you didn't have in your eye appears to be much, much better. So all of a sudden, you don't know why. It's just there, you know.
Exactly.
It's a very interesting process because some songs are living from the first minute on, and other songs, they need a bit more attention, you know.
Yeah, the idea of having 3 vocalists, that would scare some bands. What was that like when that idea first came about, having the 3 vocalists? Was that something that you were nervous about doing, or were you excited about doing that from the very start?
I was never nervous about it. I thought it's going to be something very, very new in Helloween's career, you know. But there are some bands out there having 2 singers, but us having even 3 singers in there, because Kai's singing a lot too, was something very different for me, a big challenge that I was really, really looking forward to it. And also Andy said, you know, as the main singer of the band before that all happened, he said, well, why not giving it a try? It can be very cool, because he knew Andy's voice, he knew Michael's voice. I thought of, and then he was telling us it might be very, very interesting putting those 2 voices together. It just needs to be arranged well. Now, because they sing very, very different, and Andy was singing Michael's song over the years, all the way through, you know.
Yeah.
And so Andy was a cool guy saying, all right, let's just give it a try. It can only be more interesting than it is, you know, and that was very cool. And nobody was really scared. It was just a matter of how you do it, and also the idea of a Helloween reunion was always like, from the beginning on, like, not firing 2 people and getting 2 more people in, 2 different people in, you know, that most of the bands are doing it like 2 people out, 2 people in. But we thought it could be even more interesting to extend the whole thing with another great singer and another great guitar player and singer. You know, there's no reason to fire a good singer, to fire a very good singer, to get another very good singer in. So we thought the idea was just like, you know, making a big party with all of them.
Yeah. The funny thing is that even though this album is a reunion, it also sounds fresh and new. How important was that to all of you to get that fresh kind of sound with this album as well?
It's been clear that we're not going to do something like The Keepers, because that was, you know, but then suddenly Kai came up with that long epic song. We thought of, well, hopefully they're not going to, of course you will always be measured on your Keeper stuff and all that, but, you know, we were not trying to give it a Keeper approach. We were just trying to do something new with a new epic long track, you know. And we just did it without thinking if it's going to be measured with that. We just gave the whole thing a fresh new attitude, you know, which with the production and with the way we wrote this stuff, it's just something new for Helloween, and with a kind of an old-fashioned costume to it, which kind of a fine line we were working on, you know. But I think we got it together quite well.
Oh, definitely. And you talk about capturing the older sound. I understand the album was recorded analog style. Is that correct?
We did a lot of analog style with the drums and the bass in the very beginning, because we had the very very old drum kit from Ingo Schwechtenberg in the studio, and also it was the studio we did recordings for the Masters of the Rings and some other records that Ingo does in that studio. And in the same studio with the same old machines, with the same old drum kit, we were doing the drum and bass recordings over there. And it was cool, you know, it was kind of a link to what we did live. With Ingo on the screens doing his drum solo with Danny together, which he did very, very well. We're thinking of how can we transfer a little bit of that kind of attitude into the studio, and that was with his own drum kit, and using the old analog machines, you know, and that was kind of the vibe we wanted to have for the studio as well, to save some vibes from that back into the studio.
And you also worked with Charlie, your producer that you've worked with for a long time now. Tell us a little bit about what it's like working with Charlie as a producer and what he brings to the band's sound as well.
Yeah, he's very focused on every note and every part of the song. Now it's not going to be more easy having two more people in, having different opinions about what the song needs, what part the song needs, what key it might be in, or you know what I'm talking about. There's two more people coming up with even more ideas, and when you play a song, there's a lot of notes, a lot of ideas coming at you, being thrown at you, and it makes your head explode, you know. There must be somebody telling you, all right, but this is what the song really needs to be the best song it can be, you know. It's good to have somebody saying, all right, we have a lot of ideas, but I think the song really is asking for, you know. You can do anything with the song, but if it's still good, you know, and this is having somebody from the outside telling you to my ears, not being too much involved into the songwriting, but hearing it as a producer, as somebody from the outside. This is what the song really needs, and it doesn't need any more, and it doesn't less. And if you do an epic song, it's of course something very different, but that's what also Dennis Ward does, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
As a co-producer being in there, we needed that team to go through all those ideas, having like 5 songwriters in the band, in a lot of output, you know, sorting out what idea will be the best for this or that song. Have somebody saying, all right, this is a song, this is what the song really needs, this is what the song really brings a step ahead, forward, you know.
Yeah, you mentioned epic songs. Skyfall lasts for 12 minutes. That you must be so excited about thinking about getting the opportunity to play that track live. 12 minutes is going to be an absolute marathon for you guys on stage.
It's great. We used to do this as we started very, very early doing the Keeper stuff, you know.
Yep.
And in between the Skyfall record and the Keepers, we have lots of very, very long songs, you know. King for 1,000 Years and some other songs are very, very long. So we're kind of used to it. We're kind of used to always squeeze it into the live shows, which will be next time, which will be very, very hard if you have a lot of songs like this, and you like to present a little bit of that here and there. You almost have like 1 hour for only 4 songs or something like this. You cannot really do this, so we got to think of how we arrange the next tour. But I kind of like it, and we're kind of used to it. It needs a good time rehearsing. Yeah. It needs a proper rehearsing. It needs a steady mind. We're not getting younger.
Yeah.
But it's working as we're used to it. It's a good mind training, you know. It's a good brain a brain trainer.
Yeah.
Like this, those are brain trainers.
So, talking about touring, what is it looking like there for you guys right now? Because we're kind of in and out of lockdowns here in Australia at the moment. What does it look like for you guys there at the moment? And do you think that you guys will be touring anytime soon?
Well, I don't think we do anything this year because they start allowing events like 250 people and distance and with the masks and stuff like this, but you cannot do proper shows of 250 people, even if it's a bit more. And you need big venues to keep the distance. You know, it's not going to be possible. Big festivals they won't allow. So this is the summertime. In the summertime, we like to play all those festivals. In Europe, it's not going to happen this time. I think big shows they won't allow. So we just don't do anything but interviews and some internet stuff. It's just not working like this. You know, rock and roll is not working with standing still, being far away from each other, not dancing and stuff like this, not bouncing around. It's not going to happen. So we'd rather wait for the next year, April. Hopefully the vaccination is going well, is going quick, so that the world can be kind of controllable with the virus. You know.
Yeah.
That's our aim. That's what we're looking forward to. Starting the tour in April, hoping that the whole thing is a bit more and we can do some great rock shows in some parts of the world at least, you know.
Definitely. What has this break been like for you though? Because this must be the largest break that you've had, or the longest break I should say, that the band has had since the start of the band, really, 40 years ago.
I never had a break like this in my entire lifetime. No, I'll be able to enjoy my success, really. But then, to me, enjoy also means going out, having a cool, ice cold one with loads of friends. But this wasn't happening, so I was, you know, hanging outside and drinking secretly my beer out of some plastic bag or something. But you know, it'll happen, and I'm a very positive guy. I had my vaccination already here, and in Germany and Hamburg, and I'm looking forward, being very positive. Numbers are sinking at the moment. Hopefully there's not coming a third wave or a fourth wave with the holiday times where everybody is allowed to travel again. Let's hope it's not going to be as bad as the last time when the holiday came up and numbers were rising, you know. But now you get a lot of vaccination going on. Hopefully it stays cool, you know.
Definitely. Well, Markus, it's been an absolute honor chatting to you.
It was like I kind of enjoyed time having off with my wife and with my family, although we couldn't really see each other a lot of times, only one or two person at the time with a little distance. But for other people, it was like I know people, I have lots of friends doing top 40 music, playing from weekend to weekend, right? And they living on it, and if they don't do this, they working in bars, and they are my age, having two children sometimes, and both them jobs playing live at the top 40 bands on like weddings and stuff like this. They were not able to do this, and also they were not able to work in bars, which they were doing when they do music. Everything was like going down for them. It was a cruel situation for people like this, not earning a penny, you know. So they needed help.
Yeah, definitely. We've had a lot of that here as well. It's been absolutely shocking what a lot of artists have had to go through here in Australia as well, and we're hoping that everything gets better very, very soon.
Yeah. So that's why I'm hoping that the holiday time is not really killing the good feeling we got now, and hopefully it's not raising the numbers again, you know.
Definitely. Well, Marcus, I know we are running out of time very, very quickly. So to finish off, is there anything you would like to say to your Australian fans out there before they go and grab a copy of this fantastic album?
Yeah, I mean, definitely hope to see you soon, and that the whole situation is going to be controllable in a while, and that we can go to normal life. I wish all the luck for all of us, you know. Also the people who really, really need help, financial, as they cannot really feed their families or something because their business, you know, kind of shut down. I hope it's all going to be back to normal soon.
Definitely. Well,
That's what I wish.
Yeah, we thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us tonight. It has been an absolute honour, and we cannot wait to see you guys back in Australia sometime in the future.
I hope this is going to happen. We've been there twice, and it's been great. I loved it.
Definitely. All right, I'll let you go. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.